September 20th will be a day that I would never forget. I was playing my daily game of parking wars, trying to find somewhere to park on our beautiful campus, and I received a call from my advisor. And what he told me was that something that had happened that I would never believe. And to be honest, I thought he was just over-exaggerating. But when he began to tell me what happened, he was telling the truth. Within the early mornings here on our campus, someone spray painted on the side of one of our halls, KKK, leave N-word. And when he told me this, I was confused. I was mostly confused on how a university so diverse could receive something this bad. And little did we know as students that this was just the beginning. Since the first incident, there were multiple others. There was another spray painting, there were calls to different halls calling African American students monkeys, and small writings within dormitories. And the students fought hard. Within that same day of the first incident, students organized and marched up Washtenaw. And as they marched up Washtenaw, they marched to the president's house demanding to have their voices heard. There were other demonstrations, from a demonstration on the football field to a demonstration in a sit-in within the student center. And all of these demonstrations had one thing in common. They wanted their voices to be heard, and they wanted answers. And one would wonder, why would students have to fight so hard to be heard at a university that they pay tuition? I wondered the same thing. At Eastern Michigan University and many universities across the world, at almost all of them, there is a top-down structure. And what this top-down structure includes is the top making decisions and reporting down. What also is included in this structure is a communication structure to where certain people communicate to certain people, and to keep order, we must keep that structure. But what I learned is that we worked best for our students when we worked together. To give you all a few examples, our Black Student Union hosted a town hall. And within that town hall, there are representatives from every different constituency you can think of. There were faculty, alumni, staff, students, and administration all being able to voice their anger, their hurt, and their pain directly to our university's president and executive board. Another example would be a crisis board. This isn't something that we have here at this university, but what this crisis board would do, it would take concerned community members and faculty and staff who are trained in counseling to be able to be there at the site of the crime to support our students emotionally. And another example would be, but before I give you this example, I would have to tell you all why these examples are so important. As student body president, I often found myself being pulled in so many different directions for answers. There were days where I was being pulled in one direction by students for answers, another direction by alumni for answers, faculty, staff, and administration all wanting answers. And it got to the point where I felt myself being spread just too thin. My last example would be the President's Commission on Diversity and Inclusion. And within this commission, there are representatives from all those different groups that I told you were tugging me in different ways to be able to speak to different diversity and inclusion incidents that happen on this campus and how to truly make Eastern Michigan University the diverse campus that it really is. So my advice to universities across the world, including my own. There is an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So if we want to continue to address these specific issues, these specific attacks, then we can continue in our top-down structure and continue to go alone. But if we truly want to go far, and we truly want to make change, and in such a tough time in different campuses and universities across the world, we must address what the real issue is. And to be honest, that real issue is institutionalized racism. And we must address that issue. And if we want to address that issue and not continue to address these individual situations every time they come up, we must work together. Within these past few months, I can say we have hurt together, we have cried together, we have demonstrated together, we have learned together. But most of all, we have all came together with one common goal in mind, and that is to make sure that Eastern Michigan University is home for all students. Thank you.